Happy New Year to you. Happy resumption. I hope that the year is starting up well for you and you are doing great. And I hope that work will be good. So this year you will work well and you will be paid well. Hopefully. Okay, so yes, things will definitely get better for each and every one of us. This is your Women Radio WFM 91.7, and this is the program Her Lens. So we get to discuss, dissect, and disagree on topical issues right here on Nigeria's first radio station for women and their families. It's about 7 minutes after 9 right here on Nigeria's first radio station for women and their families. And yes, of course, let's do a warm welcome to our ladies of Her Lens this morning after the Christmas and New Year holidays. They're back to us. Um, we will definitely, we have been, anticipating their return, and yes, they're here with us this morning. So yeah, Buki, good morning, Buki. Happy New Year.
Good morning. Happy New Year. No, I mean, let me just greet our family members, our Lens family. Which one concern me with Rose? I beg.
What are the New Year?
Which one concern me? Make I greet my family well. Happy New Year, fellow Nigerians and non-Nigerians. As long as you love us, we are family, irrespective of your nationality, ethnic, whatever it is, it's Her Lens, So we want to say Happy New Year, and we wish you all the best, prosperity, progress, sound health, sustainable businesses for those who are doing businesses. In Nigeria now, the fever of tax and tax and tax. But we want to thank God that quite a lot of education has gone, for the tax issues. So we just want to wish you all the best. And we just pray that this time around, for this year, we will move closer to God, because that is the key. Make I no lie. That is the key, the big key that opens the door. So once again, want to say Happy New Year. I can see Binabo, Happy New Year officially, on Her Lens family. Henry, can I come to you, Rose? A Happy New Year. And my WFM family.
No worries. No worries.
You're not jealous.
No, not at all.
You know where we they see ourselves. So make I greet my family first. Thank you.
Yes, okay. It's so good to have you join us this morning, and hopefully this year will be one of the best that we have had in quite a long time. A lot is going on in Nigeria, but in the midst of all of this that's going on, I'm hoping and praying that we all get to have the best of it, because last year, Seth, when we were saying Happy New Year, a lot of people were saying, "Oh, I hope that it will be okay, Nigeria this, Nigeria that." But there's some people that made lots. In fact, last year was a lot of people's year. So I
I'm
hope
telling
that
you.
no
So,
money, no money.
I have told you the key, the
Yeah,
kokoro and hair.
of course, that one did, definitely. All right, so let's get to hear from Ibinabo. Ibinabo, good morning. How are you? Yeah, it's good to have you back on Her Lens. Okay, we're finding it hard to hear you, Binabo, and we'd love to see you too. It's sounding a bit faint and like you're very far away or something. Okay, maybe try rejoining. Maybe try rejoining. So maybe that would make it better. Maybe try rejoining. So that should make it a bit better. Okay, so Susan had to do something for work this morning. Unfortunately, she's not with us today, but hopefully we get to have her back maybe from tomorrow. On Her Lens. Oh, tomorrow we'll not be having Her Lens. We'll be joining a prayer meeting from Throne Room Women. They're praying for women in public sector, not praying for, but they're praying with the women, in the public sector. So they're calling on all women who are in the public sector to join this prayer, which is going to start off at 7:30 a.m. For 3 hours. And, this is a hybrid event online and also physical. So you'd have to register with them to get a venue, to go there and to get the link to join. But for We at Women Radio, we'll be joining at 8:30. All right, so we'll join them at 8:30, and that will take to about 10:30, about 2 hours, with the throne room women, for this prayer, which is titled "Come as You Are." So do want to join us on Women Radio tomorrow from 8:30 a.m. as we link up with the throne room women for the prayers, for women in public sector. So if you're in the public sector, this is definitely for you. In fact, for everyone, Seth, as long as you have somewhere you go to work, please do want to join these prayers. This is definitely good. Like Buki said, rightly said, this year you need to start with God, though, or any higher being you hold very dear to you. You need to hold on, to God, because with the whole thing, plenty things that is going on in Nigeria right now. If you know who God, I don't know where you can't deal, but whoever or whatever you hold higher than you, please, whatever is giving you the source of your existence, please do well to hold on to it. Let's hold on to God this year. So yeah, Throne Room Women have started to do this, and we at Women Radio are linking up with them for about 2 hours thereabout, starting from 8:30 to about 10:30 a.m. So tomorrow we'll not be having her lens. We'll be linking that prayer. So yeah, hopefully we get to have Susan join us on Wednesday morning, and we will definitely head on to talk about lots of issues. So while we wait for maybe Nabot to join us pretty much soon, just having a little bit of difficulty joining us this morning. A lot of things happened though, Buki, while we're on break. Plenty things happened, and we're just talking about here myself, Fumi, and Miriam, our core member who gets to join us on her lens. A lot of things happened during the holidays. Are we talking about the accidents of Anthony Joshua? Are we talking about I think the lawyer who lost his wife to hospital negligence? Are we looking at a couple of ladies who came out to lament that, oh, they are getting older and there's nothing to do? Are we looking at even the political sector, Wiki, Fubara, River State, Oala Dede? Are we looking at the 141 million Nigerians that a report said that we are going further into poverty? That one did, yeah. Are we looking at, a lady? In fact, there was a video of a young boy, a teenager who was, insulting his mom, just saying a lot of, so plenty things just happened as a goodies break like this. But I just hope that we're able to have more clarity for this year. We're able to see that a lot of the things that we talked about, see results to be up to today, Buki, shuru, as Hausa would say, shuru, quiet. It just quiet. We no hear anything. How far? It just did there. Anyway, we see they plead on top of the matter. We see they talk on top of. So, I mean, lots of things that are going on. And just of recent, the issue of Chimamanda, who unfortunately, lost one of her twin sons. So that's one of the things we'll be talking about here, because I think the medical negligence that we get to see or hear about, it don't too much. It don't too much. It's just high time that we get to talk about this and look for a way forward. All right, so let's get to see if Ibinabo is good to go now. Hi, Ibinabo. Hi, Ibinabo. Are you with us now?
The audio is low. Can you increase
Yeah.
your volume? Yeah. If you have increase your volume.
I have increased everything.
Ah.
So it's just coming and going, just coming and going here and there. Okay, maybe just try to sort that out. Maybe change a device if you have any other round. Let's see how that. Oh wow. Okay. Maybe so. Once start this new election, so
Nah, no, no, no.
maybe so.
We are starting it strong. We are
Yeah,
starting it very
I will.
strong. Yeah. No, she will join. I know her. You not Zimbabwe. She will
Oh
join.
yeah.
Don't worry.
Ah, definitely. Okay, so let's start up with this particular one. This one just happened of recent on Friday when we started hearing about this, which is the death of one of the twin sons of Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, and she opened up about the son's death. That's one of her twin sons, and she said that her son could be alive if not for an incident at the hospital, where she took him to. So although the hospital has come out to say one or two things about it, just trying to exempt themselves from the whole thing, but then again, Onanim don't enter, I don't enter. Now, she has said that the death of her 21-month-old son, Nkanu, would have not been this way. It would have been something different if only, what was supposed to be done was to be done and all of that. So, well, what I want us to concentrate on the issue of the negligence that we get to see. I think earlier in December, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, around 17 December or so, we had a lawyer who came out to talk about or to tackle a Lagos hospital over the death of his wife. And then we even had the Nigerian Bar Association coming out to demand that investigations be done, as regards to all of this negligence. And let's not also, forget the fact that this Chimamanda is a public figure, and because she's a public figure, you get to have now. The federal government has come into the whole picture. Ministry of Health say no, they want to investigate further and blah 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 and all of that. And we know that when you talk about investigation in Nigeria, sometimes it's just a way of saying we go make we just leave the matter waka, because you might not just see the result of that investigation. You might not just hear the outcome of such investigations anymore. So now she's a public figure. This has happened to her. How does this help us as a nation, Wiki? Because one, we're looking at the whole health sector as it is. What is going on there? Today, doctors are on strike. Tomorrow, nurses are on strike. Next tomorrow, they are leaving the country. Before you know it, one thing is happening. I had a case of a lady who I knew. She gave birth prematurely. Had she so the doctor the hospital she gave birth to, they have the facility to keep the premature baby. So they wanted to refer her to other hospitals. Now at that time, the available hospitals that she was supposed to go to was either one inside Redeem Camp or one in Shagam. That's the federal hospital in Shagam. But that one is in Shagam, maybe it's in Abeokuta. I can't remember exactly where it is. So the one there, the federal hospital said, no, don't go there. Oh, doctors are on strike. Don't go there. Doctors are on strike. So I'm just wondering how many health, issues that would have been resolved, but due to all of these problems that we're having, is not being resolved. And then a poor man self, he go hospital, all of these things go happen. He go talk, nobody go hear him. But here's Chimamanda talking, and everybody's now flying around investigation here, investigate this, investigate this. So how do we curb all of this? Because even as she was losing her own son because of negligence or because of some sort of medical situations that could be avoided, a poor man somewhere is also dying of the same thing, but nobody they hear that person's story. And even if the person shout from here reach, nobody go still hear him. So how do we go with this? So how do we go about this, Buki?
Okay, so it's a new year, and we need to begin to have a change of mindset. It's very quick for us to say, oh, the government did this, the government did that. But I think we need to pause and begin to say that, is it the government that does everything? Who exactly is the government? I mean, let's look at that. For instance, we're talking about the son. I think his name is Kalu. Of this lady, Chimanzi Adichie.
Chimamanda.
Chiman, yeah. The question is that Tinubu? Is that government? That is bringing it home to us. The individuals that participated in that, the man who gave the anesthesia, probably he or she has a supervisor, the CMD of that hospital. even the nurses, because the doctor alone will not do that, even the nurse. It's about we sitting down to say what exactly is wrong with us and can we make a change. And I think maybe that will be what I will be advocating for this year, that we all have responsibility. When we do our part, you do your part, somebody else does his part. Before you know what is happening, it will now become Nigeria. I don't want to use the negative slogan of Nigeria happened to her. I want us to begin to consciously change that thing to say, oh, Nigeria happened to her, in the sense that beautiful things happened, to her. Look at what happened now. She came home for Christmas with her healthy twins. Something led to something led, cold. They said, okay, it's not cold, there's an infection. Okay, let's take it to the hospital. The first hospital did well. They don't have what it takes and whatever they needed to do the procedure. They referred, to a place. And that was where the whole issue has been. I mean, because I read her observations. She said, ever since they gave her that propanol or what, Profel or whatever it is, that will take you into a sedative condition, so that the baby will try to comport himself, while they are taking him through the MRI. I mean, yeah, that's the procedure. But for me, did they take the necessary caution? Because this is a baby, less than 2-year-old. I want to believe that there will be standards. There will be standards. I want to believe that, because the healthcare is a place where standards are high, because you are dealing with human beings. You cannot. It's not a machine that you can say, oh, something got spoiled, so I go and look for the spare parts. Once a life is gone, it's gone. Except a miracle happens. Except a miracle happens and God brings that person back. You understand? But is that the system God expects us? No. That is why he gave us the brain, and he told us, go and do dominion. He gave us dominion. You understand? And he gave us the brain. He gave us everything that we need to do. And then, of course, he expects us to have standards, because God himself has standards. So when we break the standards, the next thing we now keep saying is the government. Yes, the government will do his own work, because I now expect that, even if we have been screaming since last year, because many times we've talked about the lowering of the standards in the healthcare sector and things like that. People come out and say, oh, if they had done this, if they had done that. You remember the incident we took where the gentleman lost his wife on the basis that when they wanted to do surgery or an operation, I can't remember now, that they had to be using torchlights. You can remember.
Yeah.
They were looking for the man to put on the generator. I think the man came and they said there was no light, there was no fuel or something. At the end of the day, they were using, for as far as I'm concerned, such an hospital should be closed down. Should be closed down, because you are toiling with human life. So what am I saying is that even if we have been screaming last year and they did not, can they take a pause and say, are we deaf? Do we want the best for Nigeria? What do we want people to be talking about Nigeria? The issue of Joshua and his two friends.
Yeah.
There was a big issue. Was it negligence, medical, whatever it is? Now you now have another one. I mean, a renowned writer that, very vocal and all that. Still talking about the fact that, okay, I brought my twins to Nigeria. This is what happened. Can we begin to look inwards and begin to say, what are the things we are supposed to be doing, particularly in the health sector? Can you, if you have to set up a refresher course for everybody?
Okay, I'm told we have a call. Just a minute. Okay. Yeah. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. My name is Ambrose.
Yes, you're welcome.
We thank God for another day. I'm sure there's a book here, Jala.
Yes, that's Buki. She's back.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year,
Happy New
sir.
Year.
Good morning, Buki Adela. I wish you all the best. I greet everybody once again. What have you been about? Hello?
Yes,
I
yes.
say,
Go
what
ahead,
about you
please.
been about?
Oh, she had a
Okay,
little bit of difficulty joining us this morning, but I'm sure she's with us, and
okay,
hopefully she gets to join us soon too.
okay, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
You see, this issue of Chimamanda's son, one thing that we all have to know is that every life is the same. And some people can be more educated, some people can be richer, you see, they call some people VIP. But the point I'm trying to make is this. Because it is Chimamanda's son now, you can see that the whole Nigeria is agog. And truly so. But Nigerian government, there has been a serial, this thing has not, it's not today, it has been happening. I have experienced it more than 30 years ago. I went to one of this last week when it was still General Hospital. As I was there in my presence, this man was shouting, "Come and treat my wife, come and treat my wife." They didn't treat her, the woman died. You see
Hmm.
that? And the woman is dead now. I just left that place with my sickness. At the point of death, I just left the hospital, came back home. Since that day, I vowed I will never go to a public hospital again, and I've never done it. When my wife was to have our first child, 20 something years ago, my son now is in his, late 20s. They, they told me that I should go to an inquiry. I didn't go. I did not go. You see, it's not just these doctors alone. Everything that has to do with healthcare, government has to respond swiftly. Drugs are very expensive. We have adulterated drugs. Who knows whether it was even an adulterated drug that was ministered to that child? Only God knows. Who knows whether the instruments used were adulterated? You see, such a colossal figure just lost his son. And is it shameful to the government that the lady was even preparing to take that child abroad? Is it not the same abroad? The world is a global village now. Everything that is in US, we can have it here. Why are we always running abroad? Why? Because we don't have the facilities here. And there is nothing. Even Asoro can have all these medical facilities. I don't know whether our leaders, our political leaders, they don't have shame. You go to places where people are prepared, you go there, you go for, where is our president? I learned he's just moved to Dubai. You go there, you go for medical health, whatever, tourism, and then you come back. Then our hospitals, they are glorified mortuary. The drugs, they are not since Dora Kuyili died. We can't trust our drugs any longer. Why? What is all this? And then when we talk, some people will say we are talking. It's very unfortunate that such a young man has to, die like that. There are many of his types that have died because they don't have money to even take care of themselves. Agbo is agbo they are drinking. Look, I'm very, very perturbed this morning. God bless you.
All right. Thank you very much, Pastor Ambrose, for calling. We do appreciate your call this morning. And, just lamenting on a lot of the issues that we get to face in our health sector. When you look at what's going on there, sometimes it could just off you. This lady, Chimamanda just came, like Wiki said, she just Christmas with her children and family, and this is what's happening. So imagine, Anthony Joshua just came to do Christmas with his friends. See where it ended up. So what's going to happen? Because there, in Anthony Joshua's case, there was the issue of ambulance uncle. Where then they? It's just one thing or the other. So let's see whether whether if you can hear Binabo now. Hi, Binabo. Let's see if this is better.
Now.
Aha, I think
Can you hear me now?
I think this is a bit better. I think this is a bit better, right, Buki? I think this is a bit better.
Okay. Good morning,
Just a
everyone.
bit, just a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone.
Ah, Binabo. No, I don't think no. It's still almost the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's the network.
Yeah.
The network.
I'm busy. I'm
Change with this.
okay, Binabo. We can't even hear you at all. So, Buki, let's have your concluding thought on this. You know, you were still on it before we had the call.
Yeah, before Ambrose, yes, and that was good. But you know, I just want us to begin to look inwards, to begin to question ourselves, and from there take action, take responsibility. You know, responsibility is your responsibility, your ability to respond. You know, to things. The whole stakeholders in the health sector. This is the time for them to say, can we just get this thing right? You know, I was talking about if they have to start doing refresher courses or whatever they want to do, you know, to those who have graduated.
We have a call. Just a minute. We have a call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, ladies. Good morning. Happy New Year.
Good morning.
Happy New Year, Madam Buki. Good morning, Happy New Year. And I don't want to resume again, Abby. And I leave us like that. It's not good, though. Welcome back. I think Madam Brabo is finding it difficult to join this morning. It is network, Jai. No vex. It is well. Good morning, everyone. Happy New Year. Happy New Week. But it's just painful that we are starting on this sad note, and you know it's so heartbreaking. It's heartrending. It's appalling. I can't really fathom it because we are all mothers here. Even fathers are grieving. Everyone is grieving. But the question now is, why is it gaining recognition? Is this because of its almighty Chimamanda? The answer is yes and no. It could be anybody. It has been happening. Rose, you have your stories to tell. Buki has hers to tell. I have mine to tell, and mine can even be a book. You know, they even use my own act film. And it's so painful that if you open an open mic this morning, if Nigerians complain, give you, your show go finish. You know, they even take calls finish. Because what the medical sector in the Nigerian sphere is offering is quite pathetic. I won't lie to you. And it's a collective effort. So when somebody says we are collectively poor as a nation, the person no lie. He no lie at all. So they say investigation. As far as I'm concerned, investigation after an avoidable death due to negligence, risks of damage control, and it is high. It's a no for me. This can be when we start, you know, employing proactive measures rather than reactiveness in this country. So after the investigation, what next? Resuscitation of the lost loved one or compensation? Then that begs the question, how much is enough to compensate for the loss of the loved one? How much exactly? See, when there's a breakdown in the chain of distribution or a weak link somewhere in the process that ought to run smoothly, the resultant effect is what you are seeing right now. And getting it right in the health sector medically is a must because a life lost can never be regained. With emphasis, can never be regained. 2 years ago, we lost a child due to cerebral palsy. And how? Let me even say that the cerebral palsy kill him. You know, so if you go hospital with teeth pain, you will come back with infection. Bed sore, I kill this speaking. And you are asking yourself, when they give you the paper the discharge bill, you will see nurse care, daily charge. And you're asking yourself, can they flip this child over? Can they flip this person over? What will be nurse care? If bed sore go kill person when you carry go hospital. And you know, say if bed sore enter person body, infection self they among. And you're asking yourself these questions. Something as little as malaria, as big as malaria, as big as worm, as little as headache can kill somebody in Nigeria. It's not about may Nigeria not happen to you. But the question is, have we tried to fix that weak link, like Buki is saying this morning? Somebody somewhere who has been scapegoated, who has been held to account, all this damage control, we will, we shall. Enough already, please. Reports say the doctor in question has committed this sort of negligence before now. But was he questioned? Was he interrogated? Was he sanctioned? Why has he still been allowed to continually run or work in that capacity? That's the question. Let's start asking the right questions. Maybe we even get it right. If one person is scapegoated, others will fall in line. It will serve as a deterrent to others. And if we are collectively poor as a nation, medically and in every other wise, when do we start fixing it? When will we start fixing it? The earlier we fix this now and stop passing the buck, the better for all of us. I am pained this morning. I don't cry this morning because the thing they gain recognition and worldwide discussion because the person with their society. When my own happened, who listened to me? When my brother-in-law's own happened, till now the wife not born again. Who listened to us? Enough already. Who will listen to the cobbler on the street, the shoemaker, the trader, the woman that is in the rural area that cannot or got to the hospital and was misdiagnosed? If you say the public sector, what happened to the private sector too? Not be the same doctors where then they use for the public sector still go establish their own private sector hospital.
Private.
See, it don't tire me. It don't tire me. If insecurity no kill us, accident go kill us. If accident no kill us, medically we will die. Is it a crime or a cause to be a Nigerian? Enough of the investigation. Let's get to work, people. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Mrs. Oboli. Thank you very much for calling. Okay, I will just hand this over to you to react to this because it's a lot.
I mean, it is well. I mean, if like she said, if we do open mic, do you know what will come out of it? A whole lot of people have, occurrences. They have, in fact, some of them will even tell you they have evidences. They have lots of experiences to talk. And that's where I am coming from today, that it's a new year. Each and every one of us, particularly those, because now the focus is on healthcare sector, do what is right. You as a nurse, you know what you're supposed to do. Do what is right. You, that the person who is supposed to give the anesthesia, if you are not capable, can you go back to school, do a refresher course or something? I believe, like I was saying, that I believe there are doses, because a little bit of study that I did on that profile, it's that it's dose dependent. It has dose dependent effect. So if you overdose, there's going to be consequences. And because it's healthcare, is a life, they have to be extremely careful. The standards must be very, very high. And that is what we are calling for. That if at all they've not heard from us last year, then this year, can they begin to do what is right? And then, of course, for the person who wants to run an hospital, right? Can you do what is right? Can you take responsibility? That was why I came up from the angle of, do you have the ability to respond, to things? It's not about profit, but it's about taking care of the human beings. Anybody that comes into your hospital, at least you must do everything to ensure that that person goes back hale and happy. Not that the person will die or the person will have another infection or something will happen. And then now back to the medical council. What are they doing? What are they doing? You understand? So whatever they have been doing, I'm not saying they've not done anything. Whatever they have been doing, up until now, they need to up their game. They need to up their game. We need to know clinics and there are categories. For you to have this, for you to set up this kind of hospital, you must have this and this and this and this and this. There is nothing wrong in the government saying we want to subsidize. You know they need equipment, and these equipment are expensive. Nothing says you cannot subsidize. These are areas where you can actually subsidize so that healthcare is low. Yes, I know somebody will come and be telling me about the health insurance. But even with the health insurance, do you know that I went to an hospital wanting to use my health insurance, whatever. The doctor told me that he will not allow me. Why? Because, yes, he said so. He said he will not allow me, that he's going to charge me like any other person because he's not going to use the health insurance. I asked him why. He said because the cost that they're going to pay is low, is below the cost of drugs. And he cannot continue, incurring debts. Of course, because I wanted to be okay. I had to say, you know what? Okay, just leave that. I mean, just treat. You understand? But how many people can do that? So they need to sit down and begin to look at these things. You understand? And then, of course, Ms. Oboli mentioned it, the cost of drugs, they are high. Who even knows? Like, I think it was Ambrose who mentioned it. It's just we don't even know if those drugs were expired. And maybe they were repackaged, So calling on NAFDAC as well, because they could repackage the drugs. So the question is, they also have to look at the service delivery. How do drugs get into the hospital? Do they come through the manufacturers or do they come through the distributors or whatever it is? So it's a holistic thing that they have to do, to the health sector. Then this is where the government comes in now. The government will now have to use the sanction. If this is found, for instance, this person who did the anesthesia, report has come that at least there is another occurrence where he overdosed and they still allowed him in a health sector, practice. He should have been suspended.
Long ago.
He should have been suspended for some good years. You understand? And they will ensure that at that time of suspension, he does not practice because he can go to another private hospital and practice because he wants to make a living. So they need to look at that as well. The whole essence is just to ensure that we change the brand. We want people to say, oh, Nigeria happened to you in a positive way. That come to Nigeria. Are we not the ones celebrating UCH that, the royal family of Saudi at that time was using UCH back years? So can we begin to change these things? And it starts from us. I always say when you point one to the government, 3 fingers are pointing to you. So you that you are having a private hospital, you are operating a clinic, you are a nurse, you are a doctor. How are you taking responsibility? Are you doing the right thing? Are you doing the right thing in your own corner? And then, of course, to the medical council, this is the time they need to let us know that they are in charge. They are in charge. No emotions concerning these things. They should not sweep anything under the carpet. They are doing the investigation now. Yes, I know Adichie has sued the hospital. Let things be done honestly, with integrity. If the doctor was at fault, punish the doctor. And also the institution itself, the hospital itself. Something must have gone wrong. They must have lowered standards or something must have gone wrong. Even if it's the drug that was adulterated, check it out. You understand? Why are we doing this? It's because of the next person. We don't want to hear things like this again. They can always begin to look at errors of the past. How do we correct them? How do we correct them? At least, even if Nigeria will be known for medical tourism, it's good. But we have a lot to do. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Booking. Hello, good morning.
Hello. Please, I want to ask, was it a public hospital or a private hospital?
No. It wasn't a public hospital.
It's a private hospital.
It was a private hospital. Now, are you also aware that some of this, the same problem we have with, some people who went through the university and they say they're engineers, they don't know anything. The same way we have accountants who went through the 4 walls of university and they don't know anything. We could also have some medical doctors who went through medicine and they don't know anything. Because if this is not the first time, then they need to check that man. Do you know this thing happened? There is a prominent professor that I used to go to his place. They said it was at last weekend. This same thing happened there. The same medication, they say he gave it to hypertension. People who have hypertension, they died. They brought another, the same, it was repeating itself. So these things, we have some doctors who don't even know what to do. Instead of them to give you this, they will give you that. And I don't know who certificated them. It should go beyond that man. They should look for who certificated that man. After spending 7 years in a university with housemanship, I think it's almost 9 or 10 years, and you come out, you don't have anything in your head, and you keep on killing people. It's pathetic. Very pathetic. I beg.
Yes, indeed. Thank you very much, Pastor Ambrose, for calling back and reiterating on some of the things that we're talking about, whether private or whether government hospitals or all of them. At the end of the day, we need to do what is right, because we're talking about human lives here. Like Buki said, it's not like it's not like something you can go to the market and go and buy spare part for. Any small thing, that's all. Human life is gone. Okay, so but we need to actually look at how we can make things better, because at the end of the day, it's all on us. So now, are we telling our people who are abroad that don't be coming back to Nigeria to do holiday, or if any health issue match get you for there? That one concern you, okay? And then we know that like Miss Oboli rightly said, because it is Chimamanda and because she has a global appeal, so what has happened to her now might draw a lot of international attention. So you find the federal government now doing what they were supposed to do long time ago. You find them trying to put things in place, trying to make sure that XYZ happens, or trying to make sure. But when us now, common people, all of these things happen to us, nobody will probably say anything, or we end up not saying anything at all. Anyway, as we just try to wrap this up, I was hoping we could touch on this 141 million Nigerians will be in poverty this year. Looking at the how our economy is just having some sort of some projections from this particular report, and this is coming from the PwC's Nigeria Economic Outlook for 2026. Saying that 141 million Nigerians will go into poverty this year, will be in poverty this year. With what is happening, Buki, just in maybe 2 or 3 minutes, what's your thoughts on this particular report? Because for me, the first time when I see me and Fumi on newspaper review, we just say, we just say go for but that is not enough. That is not enough to make us not go into poverty. I beg.
Okay. Yeah, I want to believe that they are coming from the angle of data. Data speaks, except if you do not want to listen, you don't want to check things out from the data. So they are coming up with this alarm, that from what they can see, this is it. You understand that the people who are, what they say they are going to move into the poverty, whatever, it's going to be more in 2026. Why? Because of these indices. What I expect the government, and when I talk about government, it's not just at the national level, subnational, the local government, to begin to look at, okay, what constitutes this? They are talking about cost of living. What can we do? You understand? If we look at the first category of poverty, they talk about, whichever one you want to use, $1, $1.90, let's just say two, or either the 2.1%. Anybody that is earning that per day, you are poor. So look at that. Technically, if you say 20 days, it's
Hmm.
about less than 60,000. So even the minimum 70K, that is anybody earning 70K, you are poor as far as I'm concerned.
You know?
You understand? Looking at those indices, right? Then what can they do concerning that? Then if they look at the second level, which is multi-dimensional poverty, they are talking about education. Look at 20 million people out of school. You understand? They're talking about electricity. How many people can boast about electricity? How
Yeah.
many people can boast about cooking gas? You understand? How many people can boast about water, health, hygienic sanitation facilities? You
Hmm.
understand? So, and they begin to improve those things, because by the time you begin to improve those things, before you know what is happening, people will move. And then, of course, the economy will be buoyant. We're talking about, large GDP, is it 3 billion, whatever it's at, 3 trillion, whatever, you understand? So, how will this happen? You understand? When people are poor. So, you need to begin to look at those things. So, for me, I think what they are saying is just they are sounding an alarm, to the government, that can you begin to look at this criteria? What are the things we need to do as a nation to ensure that we don't have 133 million people? I mean, China, is it China or India now? They did it over a period of how many years? And now, I mean, they're out of it. So what stops us from doing that as well if we are being responsible to our fellow Nigerians?
All right, thank you very much, Buki. It's been an amazing first episode with you for 2026 on Her Lens. Thank you so much. So sorry about Ibinabo. She tried by all means, but
Yes, she
sometimes
did. Yes, she did.
when
Yeah.
network and sometimes technology is not with you, when they
Uh,
decide to just go the other way with you, sometimes you just wonder, kilo shelebai, wait see happen. But then again, at least we heard a little from her, and she's eager to join us. So yeah, hope hopefully by Wednesday, all is good from her end, and we can hear from her. So yeah, thank you very much, Buki. I wish Halens and you and all of us as a family a very prosperous year ahead. And they will definitely get the best as we keep talking about these issues, and the change that we desire to see, we'll definitely see it come to pass. So let's also forget that Throne Room Women will be having their prayer meeting tomorrow, starting from 7:30 a.m. And the title of this prayer is Come As You Are. So please do well to join us right here on Women Radio at 8:30 a.m. where we'll link up with the prayers. You can go on Instagram to get more information if you want to be there live or you want to join online. But here we'll definitely take it live on radio, on YouTube, and on Facebook too at WFM 917. So do well to join us tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. after the newspaper review, or rather the daily news review from 7:30 to about 8:30 a.m. Yes, thank you so much, Buki, once again. Do well to have a great day ahead.
and you too, and everyone as well. Let's just do what is right. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you too. My name is Rose Yusuf Kaisha. Do want to keep your dialogue right here on Women Radio WFM 91.7. Thank you to Pastor Ambrose and to Mrs. Obali that called in, and to each and every one of you who tuned in to listen to her lines. Do want to have a great day, but stay with us right here on Women Radio WFM 91.7.